Hello there. I'm welcome back to the Doctor Who Retrospective. I'm Scotty. You're not. Saved it there. And we are looking at Series 3, Episode 12, The Sound of Drums. Yes, The Sound of Drums. Before we get started, I can now talk about the drums. It was around this time I was watching with my son that we realized the drum beat is in the theme song. It's in the theme song, the drums. So, yeah. So we start with everybody showing up in modern day, 2007, thanks to Jack's vortex manipulator, which the Doctor got working, we find out in a flashback. That's how they got there. And we come to realize who the Master is. They get there, Martha says she recognized the voice, and turns out he's none other than the only Harold Saxon. Mr. Saxon, a name we had heard several times, and I told you to remember, he is Harold Saxon, who is now the new Prime Minister of Great Britain. Yes. Yes. We find out later that he got the votes by putting the drum sound into a thing, basically tell people to vote for him. That's how he won. He cheated, of course, but... And the Doctor also ladle some soup. Nice. No, later says that he set the TARDIS so it would only go from here, give or take 18 months, or back to the end of time, the year 100 trillion. So, yeah. That's important to the plot. So they realize that Saxon is the Master, he's in charge. I do like his speech at the beginning. He goes, the big old speech at the end, he goes, what the world really needs is a doctor. Kind of like he's taunting the Doctor. Look, I got it all. Yeah. This strange woman, who I still think was supposed to be Harriet Jones. I don't know. I don't know who this woman is. She shows up. I guess she's connected to Torchwood. So would Harriet Jones be. But I guess maybe they didn't write it because they kill her off right away. But she shows up. She tells Saxon's wife that Harold Saxon did not exist before 18 months ago. A fact that his wife already knows. Yeah, the Master has a wife. He's Prime Minister of Britain. The Master has a wife. Yes, he has a wife. He created this life 18 months ago and was able to somehow become Prime Minister. I don't know how that works. Manipulation, I guess. Yeah. And, Martha really should listen to her messages, because they're in Martha's room, and she gets a message from her sister. I got this new job, you won't believe it. She goes, oh, turns it off. If she had just listened. Because Tish works for Saxon now. Yep. And she's technically responsible for that woman dying, because, yeah. Ugh, stop with the yawning. I was fine before I started doing this, and now I just can't stop yawning. The end of that sentence. So the master plan. First, he kills everyone in Downing Street. They do mention the rebuilding of Downing Street. that's a nod back to the first season where the Slovene showed up. They rebuilt Downing Street, and so he kills everyone in the cabinet or whatever. I do like it. He's in like, what's that?
It's a gas mask. Huh?
It's a gas mask. What's that for?
Oh my god.
For the gas.
What gas? What one?
Gas comes out, kills them all. I like John Sim as the master. He's kind of funny. There's another incarnation I like. There's two other incarnations that are out there. They both have their own. Oh, yawning. They both have their own quirks and own merits to themselves. But I like John Sim. He can be funny and dastardly at the same time. Right. So, Martha calls her mom, and of course, Saxon's people are still on them. And I love her dad. She's like, yes or no? Is there someone there? He's like, yes, run, go. And like, they show up there, and then they, no, can't do anything, and they had to drive off. Yeah. And then Saxon pretty much makes them public enemy number one when they show a street camera view of their doctor and the others. So they're pretty much on the run. They're hiding. This is where Jack reveals that he's working with Torchwood. It's different now. He's changed it. There's a TV show. No, seriously, there is. And he's made it different for him. He's like, he just sort of looks at him. And apparently that lady that died worked for Torchwood and sent him files about Harold Saxton. Now, he didn't exist before 18 months ago. He did all this stuff. And the doctor, he's trying to find his TARDIS, because where did he hide it? This is where he reveals... Oh, fuck! This is where he reveals that he said it between the year 100 trillion and now. Give or take 18 months, I guess. Yeah. I'm having a hard time thinking. I don't know why. I watched the episode. I've seen this a million times. This is one of the arcs I've gone back and rewatched. I don't know why I'm blanking so much, but no. No yawn. A ring around the rosy. No, So the master introduces a new alien species known as the Toclophane, who looks like flying robotic circles or spheres. Spheres. What are they? Can't tell you yet. They haven't revealed them yet. But oh boy, when they get to it. It's a doozy. And he says live on TV he's going to introduce the Toclophane to the human race. And then of course America steps in. The president, flanked by UNIT, shows up and is like, nope, can't do that. We get jurisdiction over it. Apparently there's some sort of law that states that the U.S. gets jurisdiction over all first contact stuff. Where the hell were they during the Slovene invasion? When they thought that the alien pig thing? But it's just here in Great Britain now. Showed up. So Key's the one that gets to talk to the Toclophane. So the doctor has figured out a way to create his own perception filter. Spoiler alert, it doesn't really work. The master can see through it, I guess. I don't know. Something with the watch, I guess. I don't know. So, but they sort of use it. They see the plane with the president and then Martha's family on there. And Martha wants to do something they can't. And then there is that meeting aboard this ship called the Valiant, where everything goes to shit. Yeah, so the president on the show introduces, it's another fake president. It's like there's a fake, it's not a real, based on a real person. It's just like Iron Man had that. This is President Winter. We'll call him Winter because of clipping. But Winter is there. He introduces the Togglefane, and they say, "You're not a master. You're not a master." And then the master jumps up. "It's me. I don't know. Maybe it's an aftershave or something. I don't know." And he's like, "Well, they work for me." Basically, is what he says. And then they have him kill Winter. He has them kill Winter. Is what I meant. So yep, Winter's dead, and he gets disintegrated. And I like how he turns to the camera and is like, "Well, basically, end of the world. Like, this is it." The doctor tries to go after him, and he's stopped. And then Martha and Jack are also kind of exposed now. But he shoots Jack with the laser screwdriver. Laser. What did he use? Sonic. And then laser screwdriver. Who would use a Sonic or something like that? The fun part is he's not dead for long. I can kill him again. And Jack does come back, and he's like, he tells Martha to take the vortex manipulator. Go, teleport, get out of there. Her family is brought in, and the master reveals that Dr. Lazarus was connected to him. His experiment is what allowed him to create this new beam. He has the doctor's DNA because he has the doctor's hand. Oh, by the way, he also has transformed the TARDIS into a paradox machine, which is important. But he uses the DNA from the doctor's hand to his DNA code to turn the doctor 100 years older than he is. So it's David Tennant with old man makeup, basically. It looks better than Mark Gatiss' old man makeup, I'll tell you that. But it gets worse when they decide to take it up a notch, which that's later. We'll get to that. But here it looks fine. It's David Tennant and old man makeup. It's fine. At least it's practical and not a digital effect. And so he says, unleash the drums or something, and the song plays. This is where I want to point out the actress playing Lucy Saxton's wife. She is just stealing the scene. She's, because she's in on it, and she's kind of, I don't know, she's kind of kooky in a way. She is all in on this evil stuff. By the way, there is a scene where he offers her a jelly baby. And at one point, he's watching the freaking Teletubbies. That's how you know he's evil, man. Only evil people watch the Teletubbies. Bet Donald Trump watches Teletubbies. These are funny little colorful people. Very colorful. I don't think they're from here. I think they're from China. I don't know. Anyway, so Martha uses the vortex manipulator to teleport out of there, and end. All the Togglefang from Earth kill 1/10 of the Earth's population, and Martha teleports out. That's it. That's the end of part 2. We still have one more part of this 3-part adventure. Yes! But, I know I did the Arnold Schwarzenegger, yes, but, yeah, this was good. This was, I feel like Utopia is better, but this is still up there. It's not that far less. I feel like The Last of the Time Lords, that's the next one, is a little bit less than that. Like, it goes down just a little bit each time. But altogether, it's a solid 3-parter, I think. But yeah, I always question Jack's participation in the last part, but we'll get to it. Anyway, What are your thoughts on this episode? Leave me a comment below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.